What's up and welcome back to the Gridiron with Chance Aspen. Make sure you subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. Now, enjoy this video. Alright, welcome to my first official college football video for this season. If you don't know, for this season, I'm going to be posting one college football video every week, and here's what it's going to be about. Every single week, I'm going to post my 5 thoughts through each college football week. Let's get started. My 5 college football thoughts through week 1. My first thought. Travis Hunter is the best player in the country. His two-way ability is so unique. It's insane. The reason why it's unique is because he is elite at both corner and wide receiver, which is rare. I don't think we've ever seen this before. We've seen people be great at one position and then okay at the other who've played both ways in college, but never one person who's been great at both receiver and cornerback. Like, we don't even know what position he prefers to play. We don't even know what position, if he entered the NFL, which position would he play full time? Right? Or would he possibly play both? Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, no, he can't do that. But could he? He is the best player in the country. In their first game against North Dakota State University, he only missed 2 snaps on offense or defense. That's insane. That takes elite conditioning on another level. He is the best player in the country. He might not win the Heisman because you kind of need team success for that, and I don't know how great Colorado is going to be this year. But just player for player, football player for football player, he's the best in the country. My second thought. Oklahoma might have their next quarterback in Jackson Arnold. This kid really impressed me. I didn't know what to expect when they played Temple, because last year when he played, he turned the football over way too much. He was careless with the ball. That was his biggest problem, was he would turn the football over. He would get careless with the ball. But he looked good in week 1, and I know it was just against Temple, but he made good decisions. He's got a great arm. He can run. He's great with the touch throws. He made a couple beautiful touch throws in that game against Temple, which really impressed me. He threw 4 touchdowns. He really, really impressed me. I did not expect this level of play from Jackson Arnold. And it's going to be fun to watch. When Oklahoma has a quarterback like this, they're normally very successful. Just look. Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Sam Bradford. All these guys who came from Oklahoma were elite. And when they were elite, their team was elite in college. And it's great because I want to see Oklahoma return to where they've been. And I'm excited to watch him in Oklahoma this year. One more thing on Jackson Arnold and Oklahoma. Did you know he is their highest ranked recruit at the quarterback position ever? Think of all the guys they've had. No one's ever been ranked higher than Jackson Arnold. When I saw that, I thought that was crazy. Thought number 3. The Georgia Bulldogs are the premier program right now in college football. They are such a beautiful team to watch. They're such a disciplined football team who tackle well, block well. They play with fundamentals. Watching them play Clemson, as soon as Clemson completed a pass, Georgia was right there to make the tackle. When Clemson would run, everybody on Georgia would swarm to the ball. It felt like Clemson couldn't even breathe when they were on offense because Georgia would be all over them. Even when they would have a good play, Georgia would be right there to make the tackle. It was one of the most impressive defensive performances I've watched on the fact that they didn't miss many tackles. You ever watch a team that's just so good at tackling? If you love football, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And that's what Georgia did against Clemson. I thought they tackled beautifully. It was great to watch. But the reason why this program is now the premier program in college football, we always knew Kirby Smart and Georgia had a good defense. That's never been the question with this team. It's been their offense. And now they got one. They are going to have one of the best offenses in the country. And really, it's going to be on the back of Carson Beck. Carson Beck, he's going to be a first-round pick next year. He's a great college player. He's a fifth-year guy, so he's got all the experience in the world. And he really takes this Georgia program to another level. I know they've won back-to-back national championships with Stetson Bennett, but he never really took them to another level. I feel like Carson Beck, with his ability, takes this program to another level. He takes them a step further than they've ever been before. Thought number 4. What has happened to the Clemson Tigers and Dabo Swinney? It was so depressing to watch, to be honest with you. Watching Clemson play Georgia, if you're a Clemson fan, must have been disappointing. Because that used to be you. You used to be what Georgia is now. And now you're not. And I was thinking, why aren't they that anymore? Why aren't they a national championship contender year after year anymore? 1, the quarterback play. Because the talent on the roster is actually still really good. They are still a talented team. Don't be fooled by that. Clemson still has talent. Really, what they lack is the quarterback. The quarterback that they've had to win national championships. Remember, they had Deshaun Watson. They had Trevor Lawrence. Like, those two guys in college were special players. And now Clemson doesn't have that. So it looks even worse. Because I truly believe Clemson still has the talent around the quarterback to be successful. They're maybe not as good as they've been at wide receiver. That might be the other position that they're down at now. But everywhere else, they're still really good. Like, they can still be up there as one of the best teams in the country. But also, Dabo Swinney. That's another reason why they're not national championship contenders year after year. Because of his inability to adapt. Dabo Swinney has struggled to adapt. Specifically to the transfer portal. He will not go in the transfer portal. And I get you don't want to grab your whole team from the transfer portal. But Dabo, if you want to win, if you want to be successful year after year after year, stop being stubborn and go into the transfer portal and get some of these guys that everybody else is getting. That's all he has to do. He just has to adapt to the new college football. If he does that, Clemson's going to be okay. There's quarterbacks every year in the transfer portal. Go grab one who can actually play with some of these teams. Cade Klubnik is not the guy. We've watched this now for 2 years. I think he's still got talent, but he's proven he's not the guy. Every year there's quarterbacks in the transfer portal. There's receivers in the transfer portal. And Dabo doesn't go in there to get some of those guys that would keep him as national championship contenders. So it's 2 things for Clemson. The quarterback play and Dabo Swinney's inability to adapt. If those 2 things get fixed, I think Clemson returns back to where they've been. But if they don't, then they're going to go where they've been going these past couple of years. My 5th and final thought through week 1 of the college football season. What a win for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish against Texas A&M. On the road. They're on the road, hostile environment, Marcus Freeman takes his team in there, and they get a big-time win. A big-time win. It's going to be their toughest test they've faced all year because their schedule is not that strong. So they're going to have a really good chance to finish the year undefeated. This was their big test. Week 1. Week 1, all the rust. And you go into Texas A&M and you get a big-time win against a big-time SEC school. What a win for Marcus Freeman. What a win for Notre Dame. Notre Dame was really impressive. Now, in the first half, it was a little bit of a struggle for both teams. But in the second half, I thought Notre Dame really took the game over, specifically on the offensive line. Their offensive line in that first half, like I said, I think it showed its youth. They're young on the O-line. It showed its youth in that first half. But the second half, they came out. They were able to run the ball really effectively. They were dominant on the line of scrimmage, and that's what allowed them to win the football game. What a win for Notre Dame. I'm so happy for Marcus Freeman. His team was impressive this week against Texas A&M. They were really impressive. But that's my 5 college football thoughts through week 1. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you subscribe down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. I'm posting one of these every single week, and have an awesome day.